Imagine receiving a message from an old friend, someone you once trusted. They ask to meet just to talk, but what if that simple meeting turned into your worst nightmare? This is the chilling story of Ade Sara Angelina Soroto, a young woman with a bright future ahead, until she fell into a sinister trap set by the very people she least expected. A crime so brutal, it shocked an entire nation. But what drove two lovers to commit such an unthinkable act? Let's uncover the dark truth behind her tragic murder. Ade Sara was a 19-year-old student at the University of Indonesia, known for her intelligence, kindness, and bright personality. She came from a loving family and had a promising future ahead of her. She had previously been in a relationship with Ahmad Imam al-Hafid, but their romance ended on bad terms. Hafid, unable to move on, harbored deep resentment toward her. He soon started dating Asifa Ramadani, and their relationship became toxic, fueled by jealousy and obsession with Ade Sara. For months, Hafid and Asifa harassed and tormented Sara through text messages and social media. They sent cruel insults and even issued threats, but she chose to ignore them, hoping they would move on. However, their hatred only grew, leading them to plan something far more sinister. On March 3, 2014, Hafid messaged Ade Sara, asking to meet. He claimed he wanted to resolve their past issues. Trusting him, Sara agreed, completely unaware that this was a setup. When she arrived at the designated location, she got into Hafid's car, only to find that Asifa was also inside. What began as a simple conversation quickly took a horrifying turn. Inside the car, Hafid and Asifa launched a brutal attack. They electrocuted her with a taser multiple times, hit her, and suffocated her. Sara tried to fight back, but she was outnumbered. At one point, they stuffed crumpled newspaper into her mouth to silence her screams. The prolonged assault caused her to lose consciousness. Instead of stopping, the couple continued to torture her until she stopped breathing entirely. Later, forensic reports revealed that the newspaper lodged in her throat was the ultimate cause of death. She was suffocated to death. If she had received medical attention in time, she might have survived. After realizing they had killed her, Hafid and Asifa panicked. They needed to dispose of the body before anyone discovered what they had done. They drove to a remote area in Bintara, Bekasi, and dumped her body near a railway track, hoping the authorities would assume she had been a victim of a train accident. To further mislead the investigation, they even wiped her body down to remove any fingerprints and evidence. The next morning, March 4, 2014, a railway worker discovered Sara's body lying near the tracks. At first, authorities suspected an accident, but further examination revealed bruises, burn marks from the taser, and signs of asphyxiation. This was no accident. It was cold-blooded murder. Police quickly launched an investigation, retracing Sara's last known movements. When they checked her phone records, they found that Hafid had been in contact with her right before she disappeared. Further examination of Hafid and Asifa's digital footprint revealed disturbing text messages between the couple, including discussions of harming Sara. When the police confronted them, Hafid and Asifa initially denied everything, but as the evidence mounted, they eventually confessed. In a chilling twist, Asifa admitted that she participated in the torture out of jealousy. She believed Sara was still a lingering presence in Hafid's life and wanted her gone for good. During the trial, Hafid and Asifa's lack of remorse shocked the public. They even smiled and laughed in court, further fueling outrage. Prosecutors revealed how they had planned the attack in advance, bringing along a taser and fully intending to harm Sara. In 2015, both were convicted of premeditated murder and sentenced to 20 years in prison. Many people believed the punishment was too lenient for such a calculated crime. There were public calls for harsher sentencing, with some demanding the death penalty. However, the court ruled that because they were still young at the time of the crime, they were given reduced sentences. Despite their unimaginable grief, Sara's parents made headlines when they publicly forgave Hafid and Asifa, stating that they did not want to carry hatred in their hearts. Their decision surprised many, but was rooted in their faith and belief in justice. Ade Sara's murder remains one of Indonesia's most shocking crimes, highlighting the dark side of toxic relationships and obsession. It is a grim reminder that jealousy, when left unchecked, can lead to unimaginable cruelty. But what do you think? Should Hafitid and Asifa have received a harsher sentence? Do you believe jealousy can ever justify such brutality? Let me know in the comments.